All right, guys, let's just address this issue. So I'm going to let the video play and then I'm going to address it because I've done this like 3 or 4 times and it seems like I'm not going to get enough time in to address this dickhead. So I'm going to just let it play and then I'll address the issue afterwards.
Kyrie Irving. I don't know. Did you see
no.
You saw this, right?
Don't get me started.
I gotta know.
Okay, well, I'll let you finish your question. Go.
Kyrie Irving says that he, even though has been told the world is round, believes it to be flat. What is your thought process on this?
I can see, I'm sorry to stop it right now. I should have just let it go through. But I can see the odd mockery that's going on right now. He was taught it was a round oblate spheroid. And then I'll add the equations right now. Spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on a 7 to 9 degree elliptic and happens to be traversing around the sun, and the sun's traversing through the universe. And it's traversing towards the densest object in the universe, which happens to be what I'm not too sure what they've put this on at the moment, but happens to be something denser than our sun. So this dickhead, let's just hear the rest of the response first before I go any further.
Okay, let me be blunt. Okay, we live in a free country, so you ought to be able to think and say whatever you want.
Yep.
If he wants to think Earth is flat, go right ahead.
Yep. And the next thing he's going to say is, lucky he's a basketballer because...
As long as he continues to play basketball.
There we go. As long as he continues to play basketball and he doesn't have as much influence on the audience about his beliefs than I do, being not a scientist, because Neil Degrasse Tyson is not a scientist. He's affiliated to Screen Actors Guild, which is an actor, ACTOR, an actor. He's not a scientist. He's an actor. But let's get to the point. All right, let's let him replay. Let's let him continue. This guy is not a scientist. Just to let you know, he's not a scientist. He's an actor, ACTOR.
And not become head of any space agency.
Yeah, well, definitely. You shouldn't be affiliated to any head of any space agency.
My point is, if you have certain limitations of understanding of the natural world,
limitations.
Stay away from.
Right there, I've got to pause because this guy has certain limitations of understanding. He can't tell you whether God exists or doesn't exist. All right, that's an argument that can be had over and over and over and over, even with the most intellectual people that I've seen it happen, and I've had these discussions, and the God argument is so hard to debate or to debate against that people like this should know that the God argument is one of the biggest ones. And for him to sit there and try and preach this bullshit because of an agenda is absolute dog shit.
Jobs that require that.
Yeah, you've got a job as a Screen Actors Guild, an actor, ACTOR, for anybody that's oblivious. He's an actor, Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA.
Okay, the understanding.
Yeah, I understand. SAGAFTR. AFTRA. Sorry, SAG-AFTRA. There we go. That's what you're affiliated to. That's why you're a lying fucking dog.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I know. That's all I'm saying too. That's all I'm saying is SAG-AFTRA. You're affiliated to SAG-AFTRA, and that's why you're talking so much dog shit.
And we'll try.
Let's put this into perspective before he goes any further. He says that the Earth is an oblate spheroid that's on a 7 to 9 degree elliptic that's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour and rotating around the sun, and the sun's traversing through the universe, and the sun happens to be pulled towards the most densest object in our universe, and they can't dictate what that is. So they have no explanation on why the universe exists the way it does, but yet we have to believe them on the notion of faith, but yet we can't believe in other things because our faith has to rely on their faith of this universe that exists in the way that they explain, but we can't explain this universe in other terms because it's them that are getting paid to do so. SAG-AFTRA. All right.
Try to convince them along the way, because I think it's better when we have an educated electorate
Yeah,
rather than a scientifically illiterate electorate.
Oh, so
It's better
scientific
all
illiterate
around,
electorate?
but
What
it's
the
a
fuck?
free country.
Come on, bro.
And I will, and he can
I'll let
he
you
can
go.
say and think it. And plus, he's college educated, right? Last I checked.
He is, yeah.
I'm not college educated.
So yeah,
I don't need
as
to
long as
be
he
college
stays
educated.
a basketball player and stays away from NASA,
Sorry, I'm having something to eat.
we're fine. Or what we do is take everybody who thinks Earth is flat,
Yep.
and launch them into space.
Well, here we go.
There you go.
Well, NASA has enough funds to launch all of these flat earthers, including myself, because I would class myself as a flat earther. Not that I believe that the Earth is flat, because I don't believe that the Earth is an oblate spheroid. You could launch me into space and then show me some type of curvature, but you won't, because you're a fucking dog. All right. And you want to sit there and make up fucking bullshit. But let's just continue.
And then wonder whether we got budget to bring him back, right? Send him around Earth a few times, and then only when the last of them agrees do we then agree to bring them back.
So until that was some weird shit. So until I agree with you, I won't be allowed back to Earth. That's some dog shit. Like, this guy is supposed to be a scientist. But yet, when you look into Neil Degrasse Tyson, he's not a scientist. He's from the Screen Actors Guild, like I've stated previously, which is a Screen Actors Guild. All right, SAG-AFTRA, which is a Screen Actors Guild. It's practically the Illuminati. That's the start of the Illuminati. To get into the Screen Actors Guild, you have to pay like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and you have to adhere to certain rules and regulations, and you've got to sign non-disclosures, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Screen Actors Guild is the start of the Illuminati, quotations, and this dickhead wants to sit there and try and dictate what the Earth is. Well, they don't know if it's an oblate spheroid. The word proof is to compel the mind to assert something as true, and I've been looking for proof the whole time, and nothing has proved to me that the Earth is an oblate spheroid. It hasn't proved to me that it's a flat disc either, but that's irrelevant, all right? Proof and these absurd claims that the round earthers, these SAG-AFTRA fucking actors, have come up with that it's an oblate spheroid, they're now burdened with the concept of evidence. When you make an outstanding claim, that outstanding claim comes with a burden of proof. So then you have to prove your claims. So if you want to tell me that I'm spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on an oblate spheroid that's spinning around the sun, and we have a satellite, the moon, that's spinning around us at the same time, and there's all these intermediates, well, then you're going to have to actually prove to me that this exists. And these people haven't. So I would like to address that first. Before we go on to the flat earth, I'd like to address the actual issue of these outstanding claims. Because this faggot that is from the Screen Actors Guild, practically Illuminati, wants to sit there and dribble shit. Thank you. Come again.